तीन।
Hello students, welcome to class 7 online classes. Dear students, in previous video we started our second number unit. Okay, in that unit we started our in second number unit first lesson, a gift of chappal. Okay, various things we discussing gift of chappal. Uh, we also know about this chapter is divided into two parts. Okay, and then in previous video we completed our part first, गिफ्ट ऑफ चप्पल। गिफ्ट ऑफ चप्पल का जो पहला पार्ट है हमने वो फिनिश किया है। ओके, द क्वेश्चन आंसर एंड कॉम्प्रिहेंशन चेक इज रिमेन, एंड that comprehension check and question answer and new words we will take in another video or next video. First of all, we will complete whole lesson or the story, and then we will take the question answers, new words, comprehension check, and whatever the question answers or other things are there, then we will discuss in that video. Okay, so today we are going to start our part number 2, a gift of chappals, part number 2. Okay, here first, in previous video we where we end, where we stopped, कहाँ पर रुके थे हम पिछले वीडियो में? We discussed about that lully. Okay, the sound of lully. We heard the sound of lully and then we stopped. And we also discussed about that music teacher. Now we are going to start the second number part. Okay, now what is in the second part we'll discuss. Here Mridu crept up to the window. Lully was sitting little distance away, awkwardly holding her violin and bowstring, her elbows jutting out and her eyes glazed with concentration. In front of her, with most of his back to the window, was the bony figure of the music master. He had mostly bald hair, with a fringe of oil black hair falling around his ears, and an old-fashioned tuft. A gold chain gleamed around his leathery neck, and a diamond ring glittered on his hand as it glided up and down the stem of the violin. A large tool stuck out from beneath his gold bordered vesty edge, and he was beating time on the floor with the scrawny big toe. Okay, in this paragraph, in this passage, first Mridu crept or using creeping. Mridu started crawling, creeping to the window. वो क्या करी? मृदु ने क्या किया? उसमें वो ऐसे क्रॉल कर वो विंडो की तरफ है. Then what she saw there? She saw Lully was sitting a little distance away from that window, and she was sitting awkwardly holding her violin. Okay, Lully was holding violin in her hand in bowstring. Bowstring means that lines or that what we call that strings, जो तार होती वायलिन की वो उसने पकड़ी हुई थी, and her elbows jutting out and her eyes glazed with concentration. Okay, her elbows are jutting out. जो elbows थे, that elbows are out, मतलब इस तरह से वो out थे, and her concentration and her eyes glazed with the concentration. Her concentration, whose that Lully's concentration, where it's her concentration, that music teaching. Why? Because she wanted to learn, and that concentration and her eyes glazed, वो चमक रही थी concentration में, वो eyes concentration करते वक्त वो eyes उसकी चमक रही थी, क्योंकि वहाँ पर वो सीखने में concentrate कर रही थी. Then in front of her the man was seated there and his back to the window. Okay, that person or the music master back was back to that window. वो window की तरफ पीठ कर that music master was seated. And then the description of that music teacher is given here with bony figure. Bony figure means the music teacher is a bony figure. His height is small, वो छोटा है, उसकी height कैसी है? Small, and he had the most of her hairs are gone. He had a bard. वो कैसा था? Bard. His most of the hairs were gone. उसके बहुत सारे hair गए हुए थे. Then here a oil black hair most falling on her ears and old-fashioned tuft. Okay, mostly her his hairs are, you can see his hairs are falling around his ears. उसके जो बाल है वो इस तरह से कानों के ऊपर आ रहे थे. And then it had, or he had, an old-fashioned tuft. Tuft means that what? Pony tail जो होती tail जो बांधे जाते थे. Most of the if you see the actors, heroes, they use that tail, pony tail. मतलब क्या करते हैं वो बांधते, इस तरह से वो बालों को एक साथ लाकर उसको बांधते हो. उस तरह से उसकी एक पुरानी फैशन टफ भी थी. Then that person or the music teacher wearing the around his neck golden chain. That person wear a golden chain, and in his hand or in his finger, that diamond ring in his finger. And he also held the violin, stem of the violin, and a large foot struck out beneath his gold border vestige. Okay, and that vestige means उसका जो उसकी जो धोती, उस धोती से गोल्डन बॉर्डर कलर की जो धोती है, उस धोती से उसका जो पैर है वो बाहर आया हुआ था. And what he was doing, he was beating time on the floor with the scrawny big toe. Scrawny means पतला, उसके पतले पैर से और पतला जो टो है उससे क्या कर रहा था, वो जमीन पर ऐसे टप टपाव कर रहा था, जैसे कि वो रिदम लगा रहा था. Okay, now second number stanza. He played a few notes. Lily stumbled behind him on her violin, which looked quite helpless. And unhappy and in her hands. Okay, that music teacher, you can see the picture of music teacher, and you can see the tuft or ponytail of that person or the music teacher. And that music teacher, he played a few notes, some sounds or notes that music teacher played, and Lily followed him, but whatever notes were played by music master, which looked good, but Lali's notes, when she followed that music master, his notes are look quite helpless, because she not playing the violin very well. Okay, because the violin felt unhappy in her hands. Okay, look at that violin, how she took that violin in her hand. Then what a difference the music master's notes seem to float up and settle perfectly into the invisible tracks of the melody. Okay, whatever that person or the music master taught to that Lily, she didn't concentrate, or she didn't learn anything. Whatever that person or music teacher taught, she didn't learn anything. And whatever track, invisible track, he sing that song or sound of violin take different sound. Okay, वो different तरह से वो बजा रहे थे. It was like the wheels of train fitting smoothly into the rails and whizzing along, as Ravi said. Then Ravi said, then it looked like a wheels of trains falling down of that track. Okay, वो क्या हो रहा था, जैसे कि पटरी छोड़कर जो रेलवे निकल जाती है, तो वो पटरी छोड़कर जो रेलवे निकल जाती है, उस तरह से वो उसका जो गाना है वो वहां से जा रहा था. वो जो बजा रही थी वो छोड़कर, जो ट्रैक होता है वो ट्रैक छोड़कर वो जो नोट है वो बजा रही थी. Then Ravi said, Mrutu started at that huge bearing hand, moving effortlessly up the violin stage, making lovely music. And swag, there was a Lally deriving again. Amma came a wail from the gate, Amma, oh, Ravi sent the beggar away. Okay, then what happened? Uh, that what? Mridu started that huge bearing and moving effortlessly up the violin stage and making lovely music. But square, वो कि जो उनका जो चल रहा था काम दोनों पे, और उसके बाद रवि और मृदु they are talking with each other and there was a lully doing again swag. That's lully sound, making that sound using that violin. They were very bad sound. जो लल्ली बजा रहे थे वो अलग ही तरह से बजा रहे थे, वो जो सिखा रहा था उस तरह से वो सीख रही थी क्या? No. And then suddenly Amma came away from the gate. Amma, oh, okay, someone came there and that person shout loudly. Amma, कोई तो आ रहा था, and that person called loudly, shout loudly Amma, और Amma Amma नाम से कोई चिल्ला रहा था. And then Amma said, Ravi, send that beggar away, cried his mother from the back veranda where she was chatting with the tapping. Okay, then Ravi's mother said, who said that Amma word? That someone or the beggar came in their house and they said, or that beggar said Amma. Okay, and what Ravi's mother said? Send that beggar away from our house. Okay, that his mother cried. Then what happened? Where was that? His mother, the mother of Ravi, was talking or chatting with Tapi. He has been coming here every day for the past week, and it is time he found another house to bake from. But he explained to Tapi. Okay, here the beggar every day he came, or he has been coming to last past week or 7 or 8 days, and that Tapi said, or Patti said he came in our house previous 7-8 days, and now that beggar need to find new house for beg. उसे क्या करना चाहिए? दूसरा घर ढूंढना चाहिए भीख मांगने के लिए. 7-8 दिन से वो हमारे पास ही आ रहा है. Then Mridu and Meena followed Ravi out. The beggar was already in the garden. Okay, then Ravi followed the instruction given by his mother. With Mridu and Meena also followed by Ravi out, but beggar was already in the garden and making himself quite at home. He feeling the beggar is in his own house. Then he had spread his upper cloth under the neem tree and was leaning against its trunk, and apparently prepared to take a little snooze while he waited for the arms to appear. Go away, said Ravi sternly. My Patti said it's time, found another house to beg from. Okay, in this 3-4 lines, that beggar came into the garden and he feel comfortable in that garden, and under the neem tree he wanted to lie down on that under that neem tree, and apparently he prepared a little snooze and wanted to sleep there. That's why he wanted to take rest there. And when Ravi came and said, my Patti said it's time to found another house to beg from. Then Ravi said to that beggar, what he said? You need to find next house. Every day, 7-8 days you came here to eat, and now my Patti said you need to find out another house to beg. हमें तो तुम जो 7-8 दिन से यहाँ पर भीख मांगने के लिए आते हो, खाना खाते हो हमारे यहाँ पर, तो आज तुम्हें क्या करना है? हमारी पट्टी कह रही है कि तुम दूसरे घर पर जाओ, दूसरे यहाँ पर जाकर भीख मांगो, वहाँ से खाना लो. Okay, these things we discussed in today's video, and now so today we stop here, and next video we will discuss next part and next paragraph. So today we stop here. Thank you very much.